About an hour southeast of Tucson, there's a place that looks nothing like the Arizona that you're picturing. There's no saguaros, no brown desert. Instead, rolling green grasslands, vineyards, horses, grazing, and mountains in every single direction. It's called Sonoita, and people who move here fall hard for it. But it's not for everyone. And about halfway through, I'm going to tell you the one thing you absolutely have to be honest with yourself before you buy land out in that area. Now, let's take a drive. I'm Meg Estes, your easy homegirl, and I help people find land, ranch, and horse property all over southern Arizona. Sonoita is one of the most special corners of it, so let me show you what it really looks like to live out there. So first, let's get our bearings because a lot of people have never even heard of Sonoita. It sits at about 5,000 feet elevation up in the high grasslands between the Santa Rita and Huachuca Mountains. And that elevation changes everything. This isn't low desert, it's rolling golden and green hillsides that honestly look more like parts of California wine country or even Tuscany than what you would expect from Arizona. Sonoita and its little neighbor Elgin are the heart of Arizona's wine country, with vineyards scattered across the hills and tasting rooms you can spend a whole weekend exploring. But here's the thing people miss. Sonoita isn't really a town in the way that you think of one. It's more of a community spread across beautiful open country. A crossroads with some essentials, a lot of ranch land, and a whole lot of sky. It's tiny, it's rural, and that's exactly the point. People come here to get away from it all. And a little history for you. This area has deep ranching roots going back generations, and it was actually one of the first designated American wine regions in the state. So the vineyards aren't a gimmick. They're a real part of the local identity, and it's growing. You've got the Sonoita Creek, working cattle ranches, and some of the most beautiful horse country in Arizona all woven together here. It feels timeless, like a piece of the old West that also happens to have a wine glass in its hand. Now, here's one of the biggest reasons people fall in love with Sonoita, and it's something Tucson folks are honestly a little jealous of. And that's the weather. Because you're up at 5,000 feet, Sonoita runs noticeably cooler than Tucson and Phoenix. When the low desert is baking at 105 in the summer, Sonoita might be in the 80s or low 90s, with these big afternoon breezes rolling across the grasslands. It actually has 4 gentle seasons. You'll get real monsoon storms that turn the hills brilliantly green, crisp fall days, and yes, occasionally dusting of snow in the winter that melts by lunchtime. For a lot of my buyers, especially folks coming from cooler climates in the Pacific Northwest who worried Arizona would be nothing but relentless heat, Sonoita is the answer. You get the sunshine and the space without the brutal low desert summers. The climate is a huge part of the draw. So, what's it actually like to live here day to day? In one word, peaceful. This is wide open range and wine country. So life moves a little slower and more intentional. Your neighbors are ranchers, vintners, horse people, artists, and folks who deliberately choose quiet over convenience. On a weekend, you might ride your horse across your own land in the morning, drive 10 minutes to a vineyard for lunch with a view in the afternoon, and watch one of the most ridiculous star-filled skies you've ever seen at night, because there's almost no light pollution out there. There's a real tight-knit community feel too. Small local restaurants, the famous Sonoita Rodeo and Fairgrounds, wine festivals, and events where it feels like the whole community shows up. It's the kind of place where people wave, where you know the folks at the local spots, and where your life is built around the land and the seasons rather than the traffic and the schedules. This is the part I promised you, and it's the single most important thing to understand before you fall in love with a listing out here. Sonoita is remote. I need you to really sit with that and what that means, because it's the thing people get wrong. There is no big grocery store in Sonoita, no hospital right around the corner. For a serious Costco run, a big box store, or major medical care, you're driving. It's roughly 45 minutes to an hour into Tucson, or head towards Sierra Vista for some other things. So you know you have to be honest with yourself about one question. Are you someone who's genuinely happy being far from conveniences, stocking up when you go to town, and trading the errand running life for space, quiet, and beauty? Because the people who thrive in Sonoita answer yes without any hesitation. They love that trade. But the people who struggle are the ones who underestimate how much they'd miss popping out for a quick errand. So before you buy, spend real time here. Picture your actual Tuesday, not just your dreamy Saturday. If the remoteness sounds like a freedom instead of a hassle, Sonoita might be the best decision you'll ever make. But if you go in with your eyes open, that drive becomes a small price for the life that you get. So let's talk about what you actually get out here, because this is where Sonoita really shines for my buyers. Land, real land, where the foothills gives you a nice lot and Tinker Verde gives you a few acres. Sonoita is where you will find properties with genuine acreage. They have the little ranches, the horse setups with room to truly spread out. We're talking parcels where you can have your horses at home, run a few head of cattle if you want, plant a small vineyard, or just own a piece of those rolling hills with nobody in sight. You'll find everything from charming ranch homes to custom build designs to soak in those mountain views. Plus, raw land if you want to build your dream place from scratch. And because it's zoned and built for rural living, this is a genuine horse and livestock country, not a subdivision pretending to be rural. For the buyer whose whole dream is space, animals, and land of their own, Sonoita delivers in the way that very few places near Tucson can. This is the Acreage lifestyle in its purest form. Now, a few practical things to know as a buyer out there, because rural land comes with rural realities. Most properties are on wells and septics rather than city water and sewer, so you'll want to understand water rights and well depth, and I always help my clients ask the right questions when it comes to those. Internet has gotten much better with satellite options, so remote work is genuinely doable now in a way it wasn't a few years ago. And you'll think about things like propane, road maintenance, and fire wisdom for grassland countries. Now, none of this is scary. It's just part of owning real land, and it's exactly the kind of thing a local agent walks you through, so there are no surprises after closing. So let's pull it all together. Who is Sonoita actually for? It's for the person who has done the busy life, maybe raised the family in the suburbs, and now wants space, quiet, and a slower, more intentional way of living. It's for the horse owner or the aspiring rancher who wants their animals at home on their land. It's for the couple dreaming of a little vineyard or just a porch with endless views. It's for people coming from California or the Pacific Northwest who want cooler weather, real seasons, and land they could never afford back home. And it is absolutely not for the person who needs restaurants, shopping, and city energy 5 minutes away. And that's okay, because that person has other wonderful options closer to Tucson. Sonoita asks you to choose space over convenience, quiet over buzz, land over a lot, And for the right person, that's not a sacrifice at all. It's the whole dream, finally within reach. If Sonoita sounds like your kind of place, or you're just curious what's available out here, let me help. Text me the word guide to 520-980-9880 and I'll send you my Sonoita area breakdown, current listings, and everything you need to know before you make that leap. There's no pressure, just an honest local help from someone who knows the land. And if this gave you a little daydream, subscribe, because I explore these Southern Arizona communities one by one all the time. I'm Meg Estes, your AZ homegirl, and I'll see you out there.